I had a second guest. I started laughing after the first one, so I was like, you know what, fuck that guy. We're just gonna go with two guests tonight.
Well, why have a last name like that if nobody can pronounce it?
Exactly.
That's just stupid. Well,
Exactly.
call yourself Joe Smith, and we'll get it all over with. You know what I mean? Ladies and gentlemen, thanks for having us. Thank you, Tim. We're here at the A to Z program. We are Tim. You realize now we're not the late show. We're the
No,
we're the late
we're the late
late
late show,
show.
dude. We're James Corden. We're not Jimmy Fallon.
Yeah, we might even like be pushing Tom Snyder here a little bit. Like if you can see the grays in the side of my hair.
Another half hour, we'd be goddamn. We might be Byron Allen. We don't want to be Byron Allen at 2 a.m., do we?
Oh my God, I don't want to be Byron Allen. Period. But no, thanks for coming into the A to Z program. We're here live tonight. We're here. We are the late show. And we don't mind going late. Listen. This is
And look
what
at
we
it.
do.
Look at. We already got. Look, Chris. What's up, Chris? Welcome already.
How you doing, Chris?
I'm gonna share
Cooper,
it out.
share it. Tim's gonna share the show out. I'm gonna do my monologue bullshit, and we're gonna catch you up. This, ladies and gentlemen, we named this show. This show tonight. We have a special show for you. This since in honor of the year long Biden administration State of the Union address. We're gonna give you our own State of the Union, and that's what you're gonna get from us here tonight. This is the State of the Union as Pop Culture Pro sees it, as far as A to Z sees it. And Tim, I'm telling you, yeah, we took a week off. We had some sickness going on. I had the sickness. Didn't have the COVID, but I had
Thank God.
yeah, thank God of that. And want to know what's funny? Everybody else around me did. Like my brother had it. A couple people from work had it, and all these people who I share personal spaces with had it, but I didn't. I got like tonsillitis. I didn't have strep, but I had like tonsillitis. And boy, I tell you, it put me down. It put me down
It's
for the
no
count.
joke. It's no joke.
No,
That shit, man.
it sucks. And I finally got over it. But I said, the way the voice is going, I don't think I'm going to be able to do the full Arick. So I'll just err on the side of. And last week would have been perfect because this week, as you saw, Granny's Peach Tea was on special Friday night slot. So they, after their 7 hours of going, we're finally getting to go on. So, but that's okay. Granny's Peach Tea is a
It's all
great
good.
show.
It's all good.
Granny's Peach Tea is a great show.
We're
So
one big happy familia.
we are La Familia de Pop Cultura. I think that's what it is.
I agree.
I'm drinking flavored water tonight, Tim. What are you drinking?
I got Diet Snapple.
Mm,
This
Diet
segment
Snapple.
of the A to Z program is brought to you by Diet Snapple. Now give us free samples.
Give us free. We'll take everything you can get, and we will push your product until we push it right off the face of the earth. That's just
Exactly.
how we're going to do it. But Tim, a lot's been going on in the last 2 weeks. I mean, literally, the world's changed since since the last A to Z program. We have a
Listen, is it a coincidence that you take a week off and World War III starts? I don't think it is.
I know because Tim, I think the uproar of me not going on. I think we disrupted the world, the fabric of the world, and now
It's
all
true.
of a sudden, Putin, who by the way, I'm not a. I don't want anybody to take this the wrong way. I don't want anybody. I don't like Vladimir Putin. Russia sucks, and he's an asshole. But he is an avid watcher of the A to Z program. This is
He
one of his
is.
favorite shows. So
Yeah,
I,
absolutely. And
I
when
appre-
you weren't on last week, he flipped the fuck out.
He did. He freaked out, and he's like, what he told me what he enjoys most is the introduction that you do, and the way we view the world. And from what I understand, one of his top advisors emailed me last week and said, "Well, thanks, Arick. Now this happened. So we're just gonna invade Ukraine because you didn't go on." I was like, "Oh, well, I guess."
And Ukraine wasn't happy either, but I sent them a nice bouquet of flowers and some chocolates, and they're
That
they
that
never
was
got
nice
them.
that you did that.
They never got them though, because
No, they're still in customs in Romania, from right.
they're all in Romania now. So they never got them.
They never got them. They're still in Romania, but they're still alive because he dumped the little powdery stuff in it. So it keeps them alive forever.
Maybe now that we're back, Putin will calm the fuck down a little bit, back the
Yeah,
hell out. Start seeing
yeah,
through better glasses. So Vlad, if you're out there, we're back, dude.
yeah.
Relax.
The A to Z programs, you can calm down. You can enjoy your Friday nights are back. I'm sure, like in Russia right now, it's what's at noon here. It's probably like 7 in the morning. So you got your early morning A2Z show, and you're ready to go. And just back everybody, get everybody out of Ukraine. Stop being a baby. Stop being an asshole. We're here. And everything's going to be fine, Vladimir. Trust me, everything's going to be fine. Everything's going to be great. Just get out of there. Just go. Leave them people alone. They didn't fucking do anything to you. But that is quite. It is quite a deal, Tim. I mean, they marched into, where is it, Pripyat, where Chernobyl is, in Ukraine. So they're trying to take over the old nuclear. Now, Chernobyl.
Why would you want Chernobyl?
Why would you want that? Why would you want to be
Why
there?
would you set foot anywhere near that place?
Every it seems like, and that's become a very big thing in pop culture, is Chernobyl. All these exploration guys go there. Didn't that Jeremy Wade guy go there first? Like he kind of broke through the river monster guy, because he heard that there were like nuclear fish, and he was trying to catch them. And there's like a nuclear monster
fish, and there's spider creatures and mutants, and
yeah.
I mean, come on.
Yeah, no, there's nothing over there. It's a fucking wasteland. And
even Chris brought it up here real quick too. Gas prices are out of control. I mean, everything that's going on in the world right now. I said, now we got. I mean, this one thing has set off a chain of events. I mean, us taking off 1 week has set off a chain of events that may change the world forever.
Tim, we're never taking a week off again.
We can't.
I'm afraid that if we do it again, I mean, like Disneyland's going to close, and probably the Jersey Turnpike will. I mean, they're already charging outrageous tolls as it is. I mean, and the GW bridge would probably go up to $100. I mean, if it isn't already.
And you know what the worst part is now, because now you got these kids, and now the big thing is nuclear war. It's like the 80s all over again. Now everyone's worried what's going to happen if they just say they're not going to launch anything. We have nothing to do with this at the moment.
No.
And even if we did, they're not going to launch nuclear weapons.
No.
It's just not going to happen.
And he's not that stupid, because Putin is not, and he's only doing this as a show of force. He's showing his teeth. He thinks he's tough. I don't think that's going to come to new. See, like you just said, you brought up a good point, Tim. A lot of these hipster young kids. Well, I won't call them all hipsters. I'll separate them. A lot of the younger generation didn't grow up in the 80s when we did. Didn't grow up under the shadow of the Soviet flag. Like the real threat. I mean, there was Cuba, there was China, there was Russia. There were so many communist nations, and it was always, commies bad, freedom good, and which turned out to be true, because as we know, when the Soviet Union fell, how many lives they oppressed, how many people they killed, and just how fucking backwards it was. And like, why would Vladimir Putin? I mean, I know he grew up in the Soviet Union. He was KGB, but why would you want to go back to that? Like, what the hell, Ukraine? This guy, wow. I mean, he is like the opium over there. It's stronger. What is he? I mean, I don't know.
I haven't figured that part out yet, Arick. I'm serious. It's like, haven't we gone past this? I'm going to invade your country for no good, real reason bullshit.
Yeah.
I mean, who does that these days? Like, I don't understand. It makes no sense to me.
No.
Especially in this day and age with anything. Why? Like I said, why do you want Ukraine? What's in that? I mean, again, Ukraine, I'm not picking on you. You guys live your life. Good for you. But what is in that country that is so valuable? It's just land.
Yeah.
The citizens are gone.
Yeah.
Now you got land. Big deal. Yeah. You got land.
Good job, Russia. Yeah. Like you don't have 40 billion acres that go all the way to the fucking what's that sea over in in Alaska there,
Bering? Is it the Bering?
The Bering Strait. Yeah, it goes all the way from the fucking Baltic Sea to the Bering Strait. I mean, come on, man. That's one of the biggest countries in the world. What do you need this little piece? That's like saying that's like Texas saying, like, I want Connecticut. You know what I mean? It's like, well, you don't need Connecticut. You're the biggest state in the lower 48 contiguous.
Or Mexico's closer, so let's say I want New Mexico.
Yeah. Yeah, or something like that.
Texas wouldn't make it. Well, then again, Texas is pretty badass, but Texas wouldn't make it all the way to Connecticut, I don't think.
No, they'd get to Kentucky and get lost. That's, there's directions. I mean, Rand McNally can't even help you out of that state.
And they have to get through New York, which, if you know anything about New York, Arick, where it's the fucking OK Corral here now. It's every man for himself out on these streets. It's gotten bad. It's gotten bad around here.
I heard it's like the Wild West down there now, man.
Dude,
It's
we're I would say we're 5 or 6 notches away from the 80s.
no kidding. It's
Yeah,
that bad.
dude, it's getting every single day. There's a stabbing, there's a shooting, there's a this, there's a that, and I hate to tell you, people, it's because of all these pussy millennial liberal. And again, I'm not a political person. I am not liberal. I am not conservative. But it's this whole liberal bullshit with everyone's got to be friendly and peaceful, and the police are bad, and you can't do this. This is why the city is going down in flames. We need Batman.
We do need
Batman right now.
Right now. I mean, yesterday we needed him. Yesterday
we had a lady who had shit thrown in her face. Human shit. A guy walked up there and rubbed human shit on her face. We have another guy who a lady was walking down the stairs. He sucker punched her, threw her down the steps. Another guy was stabbed in the eye with scissors. This morning I saw a guy on the train with a box cutter taking the old blade out, putting a new one in. What did I do? I jumped off the fucking train. I don't know what he's gonna do. He might just be a regular carpenter or an artist or something. I said, nope, getting off the fucking train. Got off the train, caught the one across the platform. I ain't messing around. That's how bad it's gotten down here.
Holy shit. In 2 years, man.
If Texas wants to invade, they ain't getting past us.
No, that's going to be tough for them, because even though all them good old boys down in Texas, I guess from what I hear, even the children carry guns.
Well, here too now.
Well, I was going to say, all these. You ever listen to country music and you hear like, all girls like hillbilly boys and all this stuff, and good old country boys defend them. Let me tell you something, okay? You Southern guys can do all you want and talk all you want and write all the country music songs you want about guitars and shotguns and dogs and pickup trucks and fishing and all that stuff, and how you're good old boys, and how nothing's gonna deter you, and you ain't scared. Nothing. Let me tell you something. You have not come to New York yet. You've been to Madison Square Garden, fine. Okay, you got in and you got out. You have not been to Brooklyn. You have not been to go to the Bronx. Go to the Bronx. Take Texas to the Bronx and see how that works out.
Go to East New York. Let me know how that worked out for you.
Go to East New. There you go. Go to East New York. See how that makes out. Go to Bensonhurst, or go to Bath Avenue down there. That you okay? Them good old boys with them cowboy hats down ain't gonna feel good down with your Cadillac down and your 6-shooter. Come on.
It's crazy, man. It's crazy. It's a crazy world we're living in right now.
It really is. And like you said something about I literally watched the gas prices go up these last few days. So on Wednesday, gas was $3.79 up here, and I think now today, my buddy showed me a thing in Shenango Bridge. It was $4.19. It was $4.19. It's gone from it went from $3.39 to $3.79 to $4.09 to $4.19, all in a matter of days. Now the good part is that people aren't looking. Now see, there's two, there's a yin and there's a yang here. I remember about 10 years ago, we were already hitting $4 a gallon for a while, because shit wasn't good financially, economically. Obama was trying to reconfigurate the economy, and I know for a while.
Reconfigurate. I like that.
I don't know where that came from.
I got to write that down.
Write that one down.
Reconfigurate. That's a good one.
That's the big word. That's the A2Z word of the day. Reconfigurate.
Yep.
So he tried to do that, and I remember that we had over $4 a gallon then. I remember back when I quit my job at Easy Red and I went back to college. This is back in 2005. I remember we were pushing $3 a gallon. This is 2005. So like the gas prices are going to go up and go down. I mean, yeah, they're up now for obvious reasons, because there's tensions in the world and everybody's trying to reallocate aid to Ukraine. And while you do that, you have to reconfigurate other assets, like, okay, so we can't buy oil here, we have to get it from here, it's going to take a minute, we might have to use some surplus and blah blah blah. I get it, okay, and that's how it happens. But like the price, working in the retail grocery world, Tim, I don't know if you've noticed, but the price of beef's gone up. Chicken's through the roof. Like if you're going to buy chicken, I mean, you might as well like plan on only having chicken once a month, because
wings, dude. You know me, I'm a wing fanatic.
You love wings.
Wings, remember 10-cent wings night? No.
Not anymore.
25-cent wing night. No. We're up to 50, 75-cent wing nights now.
Yeah.
Maybe $1 in some places, depending on, what's going on in the world. But yeah, it's absolutely horrible.
Over here, Little Italy, I ordered a pizza the other night. By the way, it's fantastic. And I just asked quick how much their wings were because Lauren wanted to know. And she goes, ask them quick how much you're getting for wings. And I was like, all right. Because, it kind of sounded good. And he said something like 16 something for a dozen. And I'm like, and it's not their fault. That's what they've got their overhead went up and their prices went up and they have to make money. And they're one of the cheaper places to get what there's the word of the day, reconfuculate everybody. So anytime I say reconfuculate, scream real loud like Pee Wee Herman.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, reconfuculate is that's a great word. I wonder what that would be, Tim. Is that a verb?
I think it could be almost anything.
It could be almost anything. It could be a noun. It could be a pronoun. It could be a adverb, actually.
I like it. I'm going to use it forever. I'm going to use it from now on. I'm going to make sure I use it at least once a day.
You should, because if that catches on, you heard it here first, folks. The A2Z program. But yeah, so it's crazy right now. I mean, I was watching the news. All these refugees. There are hundreds of thousands of people going to Poland. Now, here's the weird part. Germany invaded Poland back in 1939 for no reason. Okay. And Poland and a lot of Polish refugees went to, I think, like Russia and Moldova and all those other, thinking they're going to be safe, and they weren't, because eventually the Soviets and the Russians, who are in control now, took them over. Okay, so they had nowhere to go, didn't have anything. But now you have the Russians going into Ukraine and Ukrainians going into Poland, and it's like, does nobody? Do they teach history anymore, or
No.
do they water it down and like Hitler didn't exist?
They water it down to, Christopher Columbus was bad. He was a slave trader, this and that, and then they just skip around to show you how bad the white human race is and how bad we screwed everything up and how that all kind of thing. They don't actually teach actual history anymore.
Well, you're not wrong. I mean, it's a shame. Now,
Arick, real quick, you almost. I'm so glad I caught myself because I didn't mean it that way, but you almost had me defend Hitler. Because you said Germany, this and that, they invaded for no reason. I went, well, there was a reason. I went, wait, no, you can't say that.
No.
Like, let's not defend Hitler for him. Because wait, let me explain. No, that's not what I'm not defending it. What I'm saying is he did have a reason.
Yeah,
he was a sick fucking wacko who wanted to kill everyone and totally take over Europe. So he did have a reason, but I am not defending that reason.
No, it may not have been a great reason. It may not have been a great reason. And you know what a lot of people don't know is that Germany and Russia had a pact to split Poland. Like Poland, they viewed as this lesser piece of shit country. They're like, oh, fuck it. You take half of Poland, we'll take the other half, fuck them, and we'll just fucking take it over.
Chris. I almost reconfuculated right there. See, it could be that word can be used for anything.
It's already catching on.
Chris just said it.
Chris, I'm so proud to hear you say that right now. Reconfuculate. But yeah, no, Hitler. I asked my kids the other day, both of them actually. I said, did they teach you about World War II and Hitler in history class, in social studies? And he's like, no, we don't go over Hitler. I'm like,
I even asked mine about 9/11. Did they teach you that now? Because I would love to be like a fly on that wall.
Ooh,
considering I went through that bullshit.
Yeah, you were right there.
I'd like to hear that, or even I'd like to even teach it.
Yeah, you were right there. You were right there.
I was knee deep in that bullshit. So
ground zero. There, you don't get any closer than where you were, man. That was
the worst day of my life. Wow. One of the worst days of my life, I should say. But yeah, I'm curious to see how in other words, are they using the millennial words to where the terrorists are not? What are they going to call them? They're fundamentalists.
Yeah,
who believe in this. No, man, just tell that fuck. I told him the story the way I'm. He should hear the story.
Yeah,
psychotic fucking jerk off terrorist. I use all those words, not just a pack of religious fundamentalists. No, dude, no, it's not what it is.
No, and you know what? They call them what they are. They're terrorists, and you know what? There are terrorists too in every organization.
Absolutely.
There are Christian terrorists. I mean, look at Waco. There are they try to water Waco down too. You know, they try to blame that on the ATF. They're trying to say the ATF initiated all that and murdered them all. And all. I watch these documentaries on Waco. I was like, well, you know, the ATF really it's a big cover up. And it's like, wait a minute, this fucking guy.
I'm gonna get in trouble again now. I swear this isn't planned. On Netflix, they had a great documentary, which it started to be about Waco, but when it starts, it goes all the way back to Red River. What was the one in Red River where the ATF? I mean, the ATF really did set this guy up. What the hell was his name? It's a famous Red River. Fuck, I can't think of it. Anyway, it goes back to this whole big white fundamentalist things where that's where they're saying David Koresh is a white fundamentalist and this and that. And he was, he was definitely a terrorist. I'm not defending him. But again, it goes back to that whole white supremacy thing. Was it Ruby Ridge?
Ruby Ridge. Is that what it was?
Yeah. Well, they actually hired this guy. They got this guy who got caught with a gun. They said, you're going to work for us. And when the guy did it, they pretty much set him up, and it was wrong. I'm saying the ATF was wrong. And then when they went to get the guy's like, "You ain't coming here." The ATF ended up killing his kid, his wife, and another witness, and they pulled him into jail. And this started off the whole, the white fundamentalists they had in that, and David Koresh was part of that.
The Seventh Day Adventist Church or something like that.
Yeah, something. And then Koresh was at Waco also for the same shit.
Yep, same shit. But here's what I'm not defending the ATF. I and the government. I know that they're going to come in and do what they want to do, and if they want, here's the thing: if they want to put a stop to something, they're going to put a stop to it. Okay, no matter what. No matter what. But this Koresh guy had fucking 12 and 13-year-old fucking girls, having kids with them. That's fucked up, man. How can you sit there and defend a guy who's a fucking dirtbag like that? You know what I mean?
Eric, in that I'm getting that name of documentary for you. You got to watch it.
I want to see it.
You can hear the members of his church saying, "Pour the gas, pour the gas." If you listen carefully enough, so they're the ones that set the fire.
Oh yeah,
not the ATF, not the time. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not going to defend the ATF. I know what they do. Like you said, if they want something done, they're going to do it.
Mm-hmm.
They don't give a fuck who they hurt. But I don't see the ATF. I don't see them getting an order from Janet Reno, of all people, who was in charge of that disaster, that fucking psycho back in the day, to kill women and children.
No.
It's not going to happen. This fuck lit that place on fire, killed all his people.
Yep.
And that led to goddamn Oklahoma City. I mean, how crazy is that?
Oklahoma City led to the first World Trade Center bombing, and then the second World Trade Center bombing led to the World Trade Center. And then it's like it's all this shit capitalized. You know what I mean? It's these extremists. They're extremists, dude. It doesn't matter if you're a Republican or you're a Democrat, if you're a Christian, if you're a Muslim, if you're Jewish, if you're Shintoist. If you are too extreme in one outlook on life, you're going to warp your fucking mind, and you're going to be so caught up in this fucking false vision you have. You forsake the real world around you and reality, and you come up with these outlandish bullshit like things like Koresh or like Jim Jones. Remember fucking Jonestown where they drank the fucking Kool-Aid. He made his own town in Guyana, and he's so fucked up on fucking methamphetamine and he's having gay sex with all these guys. Yet he's telling all these people this, that, and the other thing. But he's got ties with communism. There you go. Ties with Russia. Okay, so there's another thing. Fuck. You know what? Fuck Russia right now. Fuck them. Fuck you guys. What the fuck is wrong with you?
Are you saying you don't want Vlad to watch our show anymore?
I do, but I want him to fuck off first, because he's got to get it through his head. I don't even know what am I saying?
Well, Vince McMahon cut off the WWE network in Russia.
I saw that.
So I think we should tell our boss to cut off the Pop Culture Pros network in Russia. Cut him off.
We should. And this might be the last show Vladimir's seeing, unless he's got some pirate boat out in the Baltic Sea broadcast on somewhere to get the. I mean, I don't know what this guy has. Like, I don't know.
Let's see how he gets through it without our network.
He's not going to do it. If we shut him out, it's over. It's over. It's all. He's all done. He's all done. There's no more pop culture pros in Russia. They might as well. Well, you see, these Russian people are not into it. Like they're like you see like 90% of them. They get on the news, of course. And now they're saying like they're making up fake news and it's propaganda, and they're like saying, well, this is recycled material from whatever. Like, look, if you're going to dive that deep into a conspiracy and start believing the Earth is flat and fucking, that there's chemtrails that make fucking snowstorms and shit. Fuck, come on, man. And the moon is just like a projection. That's my favorite one. That's my favorite one. That the moon isn't really there. It's just like a projection from some government. So okay. So back in 12 AD,
Chris, the Illuminati. I think you're talking about.
Yeah, the Illuminati. That you're talking about the Illuminati, Chris. But back in 12 AD or whatever it was, or 12 BC, Socrates, had because they had electricity back then. I'm pretty sure. Socrates plugged in his projector and said, and projected the moon for the first time. Or the pharaohs. They put like a mirror on top of the pyramid. But come on, it's come on. Don't forsake logic and science that can be proven.
I smell a whole show about conspiracy theories.
Tim, we could go deep into that. We could really go deep, and this is probably the time to do it. Like
we should break down the top 10 greatest conspiracy theories of all time and talk about them.
We should, and either debunk them or maybe some of them are true. We don't know. Maybe some of them are true. That's going to be a future show. But also, Tim, I do want to mention quick. Pop Culture Pros is starting to grow a little bit. We're getting a few new shows coming up here, aren't we?
Yeah, I'm pretty excited about it too.
You
need them right now. You know what? With sports, there's no baseball.
There's no baseball.
Football's over.
Football's over.
We need some shit, man. We need some stuff to talk about. I can't live on 2 shows a week.
No.
What am I going to do? What am I doing with myself? Go out and have a life? Go out and have a life? No.
Why would you want to do? Especially down there.
Go outside. Go outside and get stabbed by some wacko with scissors? No, thanks. I'm good.
And have them throw shit at you? No, we don't want that. We don't want that at all. We need you to stay inside and do the shows. But
I'm sorry, Eric. Chris, by the way, yes, we will be back. We're doing the draft live the night of the draft. That'll be our next show for that. But today, because I work at ESPN, I work at ABC. We have all kinds of. We have ESPN. I was handed today a big Tom Brady bobblehead, which I don't want in my house. So I think I would set up some kind of contest between Chris and Bunker, and the winner will get that Tom Brady bobblehead.
I like that. I like that a lot. Jim Bunker, if you're listening or you happen to see this show, respond to the challenge. It's you and Summers. We're in a contest to be determined by us.
I don't feel like getting up, or I'd go get it and show it to you, but it's here. It's in my house right now. It's about yay big. It's pretty big too.
It's a nice
big
one, huh?
Tom Brady bobblehead doll.
Probably gonna be worth a pound of salt or two.
Well, you know what? Let me check if it's worth anything before I decide to hand it out for free.
Yeah, you better.
If not, we're gonna go Chris versus Bunker in some kind of battle to the death.
We'll figure out a death match for
winner gets Tom Brady, loser gets tarred and feathered.
Yep, and we'll hope that will be Bunker. But you mentioned there's going to be a martial arts show coming up, Tim. What's that about?
Yeah, our friend Rick, he's doing what's it called? I forget the name already, Rick. I'm sorry. I know it's called Old Dirty something because of an Old Dirty Bass. He's a big fan of the Wu-Tang Clan. Okay. Old Dirty Fight Club, I think he's called. And he's going to be covering everything UFC. I don't think the regular boxing, but I know he's doing UFC and bare knuckle boxing and jiu-jitsu and all that crazy shit. Yeah, I know him and a bunch of other rotating group of guests are going to be doing that show.
Nice.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
I'm pretty proficient in the martial arts. I should join that sometime and talk about it. See, test their knowledge, see if they really know what they're talking about. Which they probably do more than me. But
that time that we fought in the Kumite, we could probably be on that show.
I think so. I definitely think so. And also, so everybody knows, next week, hopefully next week, I believe it's going to be next week, Tim, we're going to have a guest here. We have another new show coming up on Pop Culture Pros. We have a Disney show coming up, and it's going to be hosted by Ashley. And she is actually going to be a guest on our show. And we're going to get introduced to her, and she's going to tell us about her show and, a little bit about herself. And we're going to put her through the ringer. And I mean, what better show to have her on than, we're kind of like the measuring stick here at Pop Culture Pros. You come on my show first to see if See if you can handle
if you can handle abuse.
if you can handle it. If you can handle the abuse. If you can get through my show, then the rest of everything else is cake. Like Granny's peach tea is literally like having a cookie at your grandmother's house.
It's
Jader and
actually
Kyle.
drinking Granny's tea.
It is actually drinking Granny's tea. Jader and Kyle. I mean, if they're ever back, if they do the recorded episode, if they ever do a live episode again in 40 years, whatever, or any other show. Like, by the way, I see David Waukee popping up every now and then. I mean, do we have a confirmation that he's, not on the space station or anything like that? Like, what's going on with him?
I think he's in the Ukraine, to be honest with you.
Did he finally just give in and go?
I think he went over there to fight something.
I think he did. Well, good for you, Dave. Good for you for
he's MIA.
Fighting oppression for the Ukrainian people, Dave. I can appreciate that,
I know I'm shit now. Here's a big question. Do we start looking for the third man again?
Tim, I think it's inevitable that we have to look for a new third man. I mean, it's almost like the Four Horsemen. It's not like he's never going to be part of it, but we have to find another member. So probably what we're going to have to do is have open auditions for another third man for the Just Too Sweet show.
Chris says he wants in, so maybe we want to audition right there.
Well, then we got one audition. Chris, we'll put you down. I wonder if
I like that analogy though. So me and you are like Flair and Arn, and then everybody else is just like rotating members.
You have your Barry Windhams and your Ole Andersons and your Sid Vicious, Lex Luger, Chris Benoit. We allowed to say that name? We can say whatever we want here. Chris Benoit. Chris Benoit
murdered his fucking kid and his wife. He's a dick.
Double murder suicide. Yeah. I mean, if there was such thing as hell, he's probably there, but he's just probably
dead. At least we can say he was one of the greatest wrestlers of all time. He just unfortunately turned out to be a fucking scumbag murderer.
My God, could he work?
They won't even acknowledge the fact that he was one of the greatest of all time anymore.
No.
He just completely doesn't exist, which is ridiculous.
No, they erased everything. It's like they tried to erase Hogan at one time. They're slowly trying to erase Flair again, but they are, but they're not. You see what they're doing? They're kind of like half-heartedly, like whatever, and now Flair's calling them out saying, they're not, Hunter hasn't reached out to me and all this stuff and the WWE this and the WWE.
Isn't that funny how you can be talented, all the talent in the world, but you do one bad thing and all that's forgotten?
All that's forgotten.
I mean, Charles Branson wrote a good song or two.
He did.
He had some decent lyrics. Hitler was actually quite a nice painter or a sculptor.
He did some nice landscapes. Who knew?
I get it. Wow, I keep defending Hitler. Am I defending Hitler a lot in this show?
Whew, boy,
I am not. Disclaimer: I am not defending Hitler.
No, Tim is not a Nazi. Tim is not a Nazi. Not.
I am not defending. It just happened to brought up on the show again.
This keeps coming up. I don't know why, and I'm not German, so I actually am. I'm 100% German. My girlfriend actually thinks I'm like an undead necromancer. Like she thinks that like I'm thousands of years old, and I'm the.
Everyone thinks that.
I know everybody thinks.
Remember our old boss used to think that. One of the old boss, Scott Peters, used to think you were one of those guys.
He thought I was, and Faraci still thinks I'm like 180 years old. So it's like maybe if I'm still doing this in 60 years and I look just like this, then you'll know. But if not, then you won't. But time will tell. Time will tell if I'm telling the truth to tell you who I'm telling the truth to. Ooh, there's a tongue twister. Try reconfuculating that. So
Chris just telling me I should reconfuculate myself. I don't have to reconfuculate myself because I'm not defending. I just happen to be bringing up him quite a bit today. But it fits the topic. That's why.
It fits the topic, and you know what? It's healthy, I think. I mean, people get a lot of shit for whatever, but I think it's healthy to discuss things like that. It's healthy to bring up Hitler once in a while. It's healthy to talk about the Jonestown.
Yeah, so you don't repeat history.
Yes. Look at the Romans. Like the Romans were the most awful people in the fucking world. They fucking killed each other. They fucking cheated on each other. They would elect one official and kill him the next day. It's like there was no sense of order there. There was no sense of honor or loyalty. The Romans sucked. They would invade places for no fucking reason, enslave entire countries, white or black, it didn't matter whether it was Africa or Europe, they would enslave you.
And just think this: if Brian Wilson from the Beach Boys would have just taken one of Manson's songs and said, "Hey, I like this song," you might not have had Charles Manson, the serial killer.
We might not have had a mass murderer.
You might have Charles Manson, fucking greatest songwriter of all time.
Was he?
You just never know.
Was he on Pet Sounds? Did he write some songs on Pet Sounds?
No, he didn't get that far. He didn't get that far because he was basically told early on by the fucking Beach Boys that you're like, dude, you're not good. You're not very good. You're not very talented. Like, okay, well then I'm gonna go kill people.
Yeah, I don't know about cutting a sheep's liver out is proper for a song about taking your
And
girl
again,
out on a date.
I'm bringing him up again. Maybe Hitler sells a painting. Maybe he sells a sculpture back in the day. Maybe someone says, dude, you know how to fucking do art. Maybe he's not a vicious dictator, scumbag.
But I was told that
Just saying.
From the research I've done, I was told that like back then they told him he wasn't really that good. And that might have put him over the I mean, I can see that.
And I'm pretty sure his prom date told him he had a small dick, which led to, Nuremberg.
Well, yeah, I mean, you have
I'm talking on my ass.
Yeah, well, yeah, you're not wrong because there's little dick syndrome everywhere. I mean, all you got to do is come up to upstate New York and see these guys that are like 5'5" and drive these giant diesel trucks with tires that are taller than me. And they pull up and they're revving the diesel and all the smoke comes out and out comes this little tiny guy with a country boy baseball cap on and he's got the Lee jeans and he's got those work boots that got the heels on him this big and he's strutting around like he's some shit, you know what I mean? But he's a fucking pee-wee fuck and he's got this giant truck he needs a step ladder to get into and he probably needs like to get mission control to start the thing for him because he can't turn the fucking the ignition switch because it'll probably break his wrist. You know what I mean? It's probably automatic because, let's face it, somebody the size of my son can't shift a fucking big truck. So it's just crazy. Carolyn, yes. Discuss. Yes, that's what I'm trying to say. Discuss, yes. Defend, no. We're not defending anybody evil. We're not defending anybody that did any kind of abhorrent behavior on anything. If you're a scumbag, you're a scumbag. Hitler was a scumbag. Jim Jones was a scumbag. Putin's a scumbag. That's what we're saying here. But history is doomed to repeat itself. Giorgio Tsoukalos, the aliens, he made a good post the other day about he brought up some stuff like from back in World War II, and he paralleled it to a lot of stuff that's going on today.
Chris, congratulations, brother. Congratulations.
Congratulations, Chris. He's not trying to say that like there's this big conspiracy or this aliens are making things happen again. What he's saying is that if you pay attention to history, history repeats itself. Okay.
Yes.
You can follow a pattern of awful people because awful people tend to do the same thing over and over and over again. Take over countries, enslave people, kill people. Okay, that's pretty much the basis of what an evil dictator is.
I said
Napoleon,
Hitler,
Julius Caesar,
they're all
Hitler.
the same. Yeah, they're all the same.
Joseph Stalin. I mean, everybody thought he was this great whatever guy, and then all of a sudden you find out he killed more people than Hitler did.
I was about to say we didn't start the fire, but I caught myself.
Well, it was always burning since the world was turning. But it just sucks, living in a world today that is watered down, and like I said, not that there aren't topics and things that need to be discussed, and not that there's things that need to be different and adjusted now. There absolutely are. There things need to be. I mean, everybody's waking up to the fact that these religious zealots are nothing but bullshitters, and that organized religion is a sham, and that that all they're trying to do is control and make money. It's all about making money. You know what I mean? You'll get more prayers and you'll get more blessings the more money you give me. It's like, and then you want to go thoughts and prayers on all this stuff, and I say, fucking whatever. So it's like people are waking up to the fact that the human being is what's important. You know what I mean? Doing something good for your fellow human next to you. Pass something along. Pay something forward. Do something positive, okay? You don't have to give glory to Allah or glory to Jesus or glory to Buddha. You know what I mean? Give glory to yourself and the other people that you're helping out. You know what I mean? Or don't take the glory. Give the glory to the next guy. It takes $0 to be a good person. You don't need some higher power fucking telling you that you need to be a good person. It should be ingrained in you. Unless you're an asshole like Hitler. Here we go again. Now I brought Hitler up. Or well, we got to stop this. People are going to think we're fucking
Well, but we're calling him an asshole, though.
We're calling him an asshole. It takes $0.00 to do something nice. You don't need. Well, let me tell you something. God has given me this. No, God didn't put a sandwich on your table.
Brings it back to my point.
Neither did Donald Trump, and neither did Joe Biden. So it's like fucking do something good for yourself. But when you bring your kids into the world, man, bring them up right. You know what I mean? Bring them up decently. And fucking, there's all sorts of cool shit. This world is so cool, and there's so many nice things in this world to do and to be. It's like, why waste your goddamn time? Fuck it.
No, it's true.
Like
it brings up my point where, someone tells Hitler, man, hey, that's a nice sculpture. World War II might not have happened.
No, it might not have happened.
Charles Manson writes a hit song. Might not have massive murders in a cult.
No.
You just don't know.
If somebody didn't tell Napoleon, hey, you 4-foot midget, you can't ride into Waterloo or whatever, or was that the one he lost? I can't remember. But you know what I mean? He probably would have been different. Things like I said, there's bullies all over the place. There's been bullies since the beginning of time, and there's assholes since the beginning of time. And you know what I mean? It's like, when people start to figure out that, like, hey man, because it innately, I think we all want to do good things. Whether we do those good things is a different story, okay? Because it is tough sometimes to do nice things. It's not tough to do nice things most of the time, but sometimes it's like, well, should I do that, or should I cut this guy off, or should I just keep going because I want to get home to watch?
It's tough to continuously do nice things and not have something nice in return.
Yeah, if you keep getting shit on, I get that. I definitely get that. That's where you got to start standing up for yourself. You know what I mean? And it doesn't take like a big tough guy or whatever. It's just like, hey man, fucking just take it easy, relax. Because dude, 9 times out of 10, when you confront somebody and you give them your feeling, you know what I mean? And 9 times out of 10, they'll be like, oh shit, okay, whoa, and they'll back off and they'll change their tune. So I don't understand what happened to people either, Tim or Chris. I think it's just the way society goes. It's the way that society has shifted.
It's just the way it is.
Yeah, it was Bruce Hornsby in the Range.
Some things never change. Yep. I wonder if we're going to get sued for that.
No, because we didn't actually play it.
Nice. But can I play 15 seconds of it?
You might be able to play 15 seconds of it, but
we can't go through a show without getting red flags. So the boss gets an email from YouTube. We have to play at least one thing that.
Well, we're gonna, Tim, because
copyright infringement.
I'm gonna bring back a favorite of ours. Oops.
Oh God, that lunatic.
Yeah, we're gonna bring back. We're gonna bring back. Do you remember when COVID first happened on the Just Too Sweet show? We instead of using our theme song, we used the COVID-19 remix. So I want to, in commemoration of 2 years since we have heard this song, we are gonna hear our favorite COVID-19 song, because if everybody remembers, as soon as this Kenneth Copeland guy, as soon as he said this, COVID was over, and this was 2 years ago. I don't know why everybody thinks COVID's still going on, because he blew it away. COVID's gone.
And this dude is the scariest looking man I think I've ever seen in my life.
I'm shitting my pants right now.
How do you follow him without being terrified of everything he says?
Well, how do you not follow this guy and see that everything he says is a crock of shit? But here we go.
Look at him.
Then sang Moses and the children of Israel this song unto the Lord.
Unto the Lord.
COVID-19. 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 I blow the wind of God from the state of Washington to the state of Maine to Brownsville, Texas, and the tip of Florida. Today, we speak to this atmosphere. Today, burn this thing.
Oh, burn it.
This virus hates heat. You just burn this thing.
That's it. It was over then.
Burn! I call for a supernatural heat wave straight out of hell.
Straight out of hell. Oh, so he wants. So hell's okay now?
COVID-19.
Oh, the white people dancing. I love that.
COVID-19. I blow the wind of God. You don't do it. You don't do it. You don't do it. You get out of here now. Burn. You don't do it. You don't do it. You don't do it. You get out of here. Burn this thing. COVID-19. 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 I blow the wind of God. You are destroyed forever, and you will never be back.
Nope, you're gone. COVID-19 is over.
What the fuck, bro?
Better than any shot you can get.
That if we just listened to him back then, because he killed COVID. I don't know what everybody else. I don't know what everybody else was getting, but COVID.
I don't know what I got when I got.
What did you have?
I definitely didn't get COVID.
You couldn't have had it because he killed it right there 2 years ago.
He blew it away with the wind of God.
And he took a heat wave straight out of.
And can I say, seriously, look, I'm not going to start knocking religion or anything. You believe in what you want to believe in, you have, but those people are the scariest people walking around today.
Yeah, because they're bullshit artists. They're fucking snake oil salesmen.
It's not just, but the people with the dancing the way they were, and they those. I mean, I'm talking about those really hardcore, fucking crazy people. Yeah. I am so frightened of them. Can I tell you one quick story, Eric? I think I might have told you this story before.
I want to hear it.
99, me and the wife went down to Florida. We weren't married then, obviously. We were still dating, though. But to visit her godmother, we went to Universal Studios.
Nice.
So Universal Studios was like, oh, we're closing early for some kind of... I'm like, well, we're not leaving. We're not going to leave. We're going to stay. We just stayed.
Yeah.
Get online for a ride. And we're looking around... Like, this is like a really weird crowd, like a really weird group of people. And I'm looking, I see a shirt, and I'm thinking it's a Marilyn Manson shirt.
Yeah.
But that's what it looked like. And I look like it, as I realized, as I look closer, I go, that's not Marilyn Manson. What does that say? It was I can't think of the exact term, but instead of Marilyn Manson, it was like, my hands are nailed in. And it was Jesus's hands with the holes in it. And I'm like, that's a fucking weird shirt. And then as I look around, I'm going, oh my God, we're in like a religious fanatic, like a cult night at fucking Universal Studios. I swear to God. And back then I had, as a matter of fact, this is the truth, I had my DX shirt on.
Oh,
DX,
nice.
and the back it said 2 words, suck it. And one of the kids leans over and goes, hey man, he looks around, I love that shirt. I was like, oh, thanks, bro. He's like, I can't say it out loud. I'll get in trouble. I'm like, get in trouble? He's like, yeah,
Oh, yeah.
I'm like, all right, this is kind of weird. So we're standing online for a ride, and all of a sudden, they break out in a chant. And the chant was, I love Jesus. Yes, I do. I love Jesus. How about you? Now, it wasn't like happy-go-lucky chant. It was hardcore fucking anger. Like, I love Jesus. And so I'm sitting there, me, Sam, her 2 little cousins who were just little kids, and her godmother, and we're going, oh my God, like, do we leave? Like, do we sneak out of here? Like, what do we do? Are they going to yell at us for being in here? I think everyone else was supposed to walk out so they can have this whole park to themselves, but we didn't leave. We were like, fuck that, we're staying. Scariest time of my life, I swear to God. I'm not even joking.
It was just covered with crazy Christian fucking zealots, fucking fanatics.
Crazy.
Dude, they're so fucked up. These people that get hardcore Jesus freak are so fucked up that like they'll go right. I mean, I don't go around telling people what they should and should. If you want to believe in that, go ahead. If that gets you to sleep at night, man, if that's your faith, do it. But listen, I don't buy it, okay? And I don't have to buy it. And if I think it's bullshit, I think it's bullshit.
And I don't want to hear it. Keep it to yourself.
Yeah, I don't want to hear it. Keep it to yourself. But they go around telling people, well, as soon as you want to hear the truth and as soon as you're ready to do it, I'm not ready to do anything. Your life will change and this, that, and the other thing. I'm like, no, it's not going to. My life's going to change if I get up off my ass and change it. That's how it's going to be. And these people get so crazy. They get. You're right. They get mad. They're like, God, Jesus Christ is going to come, and you're not going to. It's like, wow, dude, holy fuck. You shouldn't drink coffee from fucking 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. Calm down on that. Number one. Number two, your wife's ugly. Number three, get the fuck out of my face. You know what I mean? It's like, come on, you fucking assholes. I don't buy it. I don't dig it. If you want to do your thing, go do your thing. Leave me the fuck alone. That's all I got to say. DX shirt, Patrick says you needed an Austin 3. Yes, Patrick, I agree with that. He needed the Austin 316 shirt.
I'm a DX guy. I'm a DX guy
too. But
nothing against Austin, though, of course.
No, I would have wore the Austin 3s. I wore it to church once. Like Ted DiBiase was at a church in Afton once, and my sister knew this guy that was helping like get him around. And so I got in there to talk to him and stuff. And he wanted to talk to me because I was a wrestler back then. And he's like, well, God and Jesus. And I'm like, well, Ted DiBiase. Remember I told you the $1 Million Douche when I met him? This is the $1 Million Douche story. It's like, this guy is so phony. This guy is so fucking phony. He's going around preaching and doing this shit in the church and this, that, and the other thing. And he is such a fucking phony motherfucker, dude. He's a piece of shit.
Well, it's like with Sting.
Sting
became born again, and okay, fine. You found Jesus. Good for you. Whatever works for you. I'm happy for you.
Keep it going, Sting.
But you go and you start ratting out all your friends too. Remember, he ratted out all his. It's part of the process. So you ratted out all your friends who cheated on their wives. You were the lead. You led to so many divorces, and problems.
Oh yeah.
That's why he was so hated for a while.
Yeah.
Because of that shit. It's like, dude, all right, fine. You found Jesus. Good for you. Was he under your bed? I'm glad you found him.
Yeah.
But why are you writing out the rest of your friends and your colleagues?
Yeah,
as part of your process.
You don't do that when you're one of the boys. That's a rule. You don't fucking rat your.
In other words, Eric, let's put it this way: if that was me and I found Jesus and I was like, all right, yeah, I'm going to confess to my sin. I was with a hooker in Nevada, this, that, and that.
Yeah, you.
That's how I would put it out. Now, if you were in the room with me, with the same hooker, whatever, I would leave you out of that.
Yeah.
Sting is just like, no, me and Lex Luger double bang this chick one. It's like, dude, what are you doing? Why are you ratting out everybody?
You don't rat people out. Don't be a rat. Don't be a stool pigeon. Come on. There's too many of them.
Hey, Shawn Michaels did the same thing. He didn't mention the clique once. And those dudes did some horrendous shit. Probably together, except for Triple H. But the rest of them, they did some horrendous shit.
There was some debauchery going on, and it was not good, Yeah, Triple H, I got to say, is probably the only one that was innocent through the whole thing because he's like a teetotaler. He doesn't drink or smoke.
Yeah, he doesn't drink or drugs. He was the guy who had to fucking get those other animals
he
let the show on time.
he just waited outside to take him back to the hotel. Then he gave him a ride because he was the sober one, which kudos to you, Triple H. But,
by the way, Pat, you mentioned you obviously know wrestling. Just Too Sweet show on the same network. Make sure you come watch us.
Yeah, watch us on that. Yep, we're gonna be on Tuesday night, 7:00. We're gonna be.
Are we gonna go tomorrow? Saturday night's main event, a special. You feel like still doing it tomorrow?
I still feel like doing it. I don't know.
Okay, let's do a Saturday night main event tomorrow night.
Let's do it. Let's do it tomorrow night.
Love it.
I'm in. Totally in. So Granny's was talking about the Batman. Tim, you saw the Batman. Wait a minute. Before we get into that, Patrick says, has a wrestler ever done a holy? Well, Shawn Michaels kind of did, right? He kind of not holy thing, but
he gently changed his entrance with the kneeling, with the lights and all that bullshit.
He had crosses all over his shit, and
Brother Love
was kind of like.
But he was kind of making fun of those evangelists.
Making fun of them, yeah. That was so good. Brother Love, that was such a good gimmick. Even if Bruce is a prick, that was such a good gimmick.
Speaking of which, I'll save that for Just Too Sweet. Never mind.
Yeah, save that for Just Too Sweet. We don't want to.
No, I don't want to cross the streams.
Tim, you saw the Batman. They were talking about the Batman on Granny's PhD. What was your overall thought of that movie, by the way? I want to know.
I liked it. I enjoyed it very much. It's completely different from all the other Batman movies.
Really?
The way I describe it is, if David Fincher, who directed 7, if he designed the Arkham City games while watching Saw, that's this movie.
That's the vibe you get watching it.
It's very dark. It's very it's really like a fucking watching like a Saw movie or like that.
But with
Uh,
bats.
the kid who plays Robert Pattinson, who plays Batman, very good Batman. And this is the most Batman you'll ever see on the screen. He is barely Bruce Wayne in this movie,
No shit.
barely,
Wow.
which is pretty awesome. Man, he did a
That
great
is cool.
job. He did a great job. He really did. You can't knock him for it. Yeah, but it's really good. It's really cerebral. It's really well acted. A lot of there's really no bad acting jobs in it. I highly. It's 3 hours though, so be prepared for that.
What are some of the actors that maybe were not known to be in it? Who are some of the actors that are in it? Like,
Well, I said Colin Farrell is the Penguin, and he's unrecognizable. When you look at him, you just like, dude, if you didn't know that was Colin Farrell, you never would have guessed it was Colin Farrell.
no shit.
Never in a million years. And
That's
he really
cool.
went. He really went for that shit.
Cool.
Paul Dano plays the Riddler, but it's not
Hmm.
like there's no green hat, there's no mask. He is more of a serial killer. He's basically a serial killer, and he's scary
Oh.
as shit.
Shit.
It's a great ending. I can't ruin that for you.
Don't want to ruin the ending.
I don't
Okay.
want to ruin the ending, but he's great in the end. Like a great he has his moment,
Okay.
his speech or whatever, his confession, all that bullshit. Great scene.
Cool.
And one of the best ones I think was John Turturro played Carmine Falcone.
Did he really?
Great job, fantastic job as Falcone.
No shit.
So and Catwoman was pretty cool. She was actually really good too.
Now, were there teasers of any other villains coming or going, or?
Yes.
Oh, there was. Okay, we don't want to give that away yet either.
I ain't gonna give it away. I don't want to be that guy. I don't want to be that guy. Unless you put up a giant spoiler thing and you want to hear it, I'll tell you.
Okay.
Other than that, we'll save it.
We'll save it. Okay, cool. Cool. Wow, that's cool. I want to see it. You're going to go see it again tomorrow, you said, right?
Yeah, me and Josh go 10 a.m. 10
Nice.
a.m.
You still go over to that one? Where do you go?
Atlas.
Atlas.
Yeah.
Over there in
Yeah, Glendale.
that's where we went, right?
That's what we saw Shazam. Yeah.
Yeah, cool. That's a cool theater, man. I like that place. That was
Yeah,
kind of
me
nice.
too. I like it a
Yeah.
lot. It's nice and close. It's clean. It's
Yeah, it's not far from you still, right?
15 minutes.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Not too bad.
It's
Not too bad.
As a crow flies, it'd probably be about 5, but the way you got to get around the city, people. That's what a lot of people don't understand is like they think like oh, I looked at the map, you're real close. Well, yeah, you don't understand how to get around in the city. It's like if you're 2 miles away, it's going to take you 15 minutes to get there. It's like it's not
like on a Saturday morning, it's probably not even 10 minutes. Traffic, I got a regular day, traffic, 15, 20 minutes.
15, 20. Yeah. Anyway, like I've been down there, and when we've gone through stuff like that, it's taken us a while to get around through. But Tim, we've gone to 1:06 in the morning here. Like we did the Tomorrow Show. What do you think about that?
Fuck, I love it, man.
I love it too. We're gonna wrap it up here pretty quick here. But Tim, we have the Just Too Sweet show coming up Tuesday. Are you gonna do another Shooting the Sith next week?
I would really like to get just do the finale of the Boba Fett show. Get that over with. I haven't done that main event. We had that last one yet.
Okay.
And just a quick tease for anybody who likes tattoos. Come May the 4th, which is Star Wars Day, I will be going live on the Shooting the Sith page and the Shooting the Sith show from my tattoo artist who is doing a special all Star Wars tattoos, and I plan on going live while getting one. While other people are getting them, do some interviews, do some cool shit. So
we're gonna have to pay attention to that. So we'll keep everybody up to date on that here too.
Yeah, so anybody likes Star Wars and wants to get tattooed, come hit us up. Hit us up on one of these pages and let me know because it's gonna be pretty awesome.
That's cool, Tim. I'm into that. I think you guys said you're gonna do a live draft show when the draft comes up, and that's not gonna be until
April.
And then, but really, right now, there's not going to be much going on. But this show, Granny's Shooting the Sith, and 007, and like I said, we got the new Disney show coming up, and we got the fighting show coming up, or the martial arts ground pound show, which should be interesting. So
old Dirty Fight Club, I believe it's called.
Old Dirty Fight Club. So we're going to have a lot of cool shit going on here, and PCP is going to be extending their reach
once this lockout's over, the Empire 161 show will be back. Put it in the books, will be back.
Yep.
You know,
And we're hoping that the lockout will be over. We're hoping
Yankees
it'll
and
be
Mets shows. Everybody, we have Yankees and Mets shows.
Yeah, we're a New York sports team. Network.
Oh yeah, but if anyone is watching, if you like the fucking St. Louis Cardinals and you have the balls enough to do a show about them, come on board.
Yeah, call the boss. We're looking for more shows. We're looking for more hosts. We're looking for more sports or entertainment. My show here, this is just the basic talk show. This is where you come on and I talk to you, and I either run you away or I give you I'm the Johnny Carson. If I give you this, you're good. If I don't, I don't know.
If you sit on the couch, you're good. If not, you won't be on the show ever again.
Never again. Never ever again. But that's what the gist of the pop culture pros universe is going on. Tim and I are going to be back next week, Friday, normal time. We'll be back around 8:30, so we'll be earlier. We'll still be later, but it'll be earlier. And as we said, the word of the day is reconfuculate. And your homework, everybody, for the rest of the week is to include reconfuculate in one sentence every day from now until next Friday. And then tell me about it. Tell me about it on the show next Friday, how you used it, what context you used it in, who you said it to. I want to know it all. I want to know everything. So, Tim, you got anything else to where are you? Over here. You got anything else to add before we get out of here?
Nah, man, this is fun. I like doing the late night shows.
Late night shows are fun. Late night shows, a lot of people don't, but I do. I like doing the late night shows. You get
I do too.
There's a different feel, different vibe going on. You know, it's really, really cool. So we're probably going to do a few more of these shows and pay attention to them. And like I said, next week we're going to have a guest. Week after, I think we're going to have a guest. And we're going to do more show. We're going to do some conspiracy shows, like Tim said. We're going to go through your favorite memes. Remember back 10, 12 years ago when the memes first started coming out? Well, there's a lot of forgotten celebrity. I mean, they're celebrities now, like internet famous memes. So we're going to go through some of them too. And we're going to bring you back 10 years into the past and when the meme really took prominence. Like you're talking about your bad luck Brians and your scumbag Steves and the girl and the overly attached girl, all those guys, you know. We're gonna bring that back. And Patrick, you get the gold star. The UN is looking to reconfuculate the UN. Perfect.
That's right, Pat. You got it.
Usage of reconfuculate. You, my friend, are an all-star. And on that note, I am Arick Zant. This over here is Tim Tabala. This has been the A2Z program. We're glad you joined us. Join us next week. Watch all our shows. And please try our product.
Reconfuculate.
Reconfuculate.